Yo, check the mic, 1, 2, you know the name. Cash's Corner, stepping in the wrestling game. From bell to SmackDown, be raw. We breaking down holes, breaking every law. Championship dreams, the struggle and the strife. We talking victories and the cuts of the knife. Every suplex, every pin, every broken hold. Stories of the ring, stories yet untold. From Raw to SmackDown, we analyze the scene. Who's taking the title? Who's the wrestling king? Defeats and triumphs, we lay it on the line. Cash's Corner, where wrestling's always prime. So lace up your boots and step into the heat. This is the podcast, you can't be beat. Cash's Corner. Cash's Corner.
For that, I gotta make an actual video so when it ends, I gotta get Blaze to work. Sorry, Blaze, if you hear me. Not that he doesn't do enough as it is, but maybe I'll make.
He does like all the editing, for like the music and video.
Anywho, sorry about that. Wally accidentally hit the wrong button, so it was an abrupt ending. But you know, we're gonna jump right back into where we were. We were talking about the Logan Paul AJ Styles match. We're talking WrestleMania. We're a little behind, but that's per our schedule. So we're catching up on WrestleMania. We're recapping what's kind of happened since WrestleMania, and then we're gonna go into because we got Backlash next weekend. I mean, Jesus, we're already on to our next pay-per-view. So we're gonna jump right back into where we were on night 2 with Logan Paul and AJ Styles. We all agree it was a good match. It was an entertaining match. I picked Logan Paul. I was the only one to pick Logan Paul to win. So where to now, Kash?
We're gonna go to the women's tag team title match. Liv and Raquel versus Bayley and Valkyria. Wally and me picked Liv and Raquel. Dad and Michael picked Bayley and Valkyria. But should I say, not Bayley, because the night before, on night 1, Bayley got attacked. Got attacked by some mystery person. And you know who came out before what was it, Valkyria coming out with her little bird wings?
Well, I mean, that's kind of her like whole gimmick is like with the wings and all that. But yeah, she not that you remember, not that you probably even know, and I can't remember her damn name. The chick from He-Man, the bird chick from He-Man. That's what she reminded me of.
He-Man.
It was a cartoon back in the day. What up, Johnny Bones? Good afternoon to you, sir. But yeah, she had like the wings and she had like full. And I don't know. Yeah, it was interesting to say the least. But
her tag team partner, because Bayley got attacked, was the man Becky Lynch,
making her return.
Yeah. The
man, Becky Lynch, man.
And she came, and not only making her return, winning the tag team championship. That was a good match.
That was a really good match. Yeah, they Lyra and Becky won the women's tag team gold away from Liv and Raquel. only to lose it the very next night on Raw,
but,
where Becky Lynch attacked Lyra.
But but that was a good match. Really good match.
Yeah, it was a good match. I mean, it's good to see Becky back. I personally like the Becky heel turn that happened on Monday night after WrestleMania. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Definitely going to add a little something into the what does Lyra have? The Women's United States?
No, the IC.
Oh yeah, the Women's IC title.
Yeah. And that will be a match at Backlash. Becky and Valkyria for the.
You think so?
Yeah, they said that last night. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Do they have it? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, they've got it. Yep, they've got it on the card. Yep, it is.
Yeah. Good match. Let me look up. Do we want to go to? No, I need your opinion real quick. Do we want to go to this match or this match?
This match or this match?
Or
yeah, I would go. Oh, you don't want to do that one yet?
No, because I want to do this one and that one.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you can go to that one.
We're going to the 4-4-way match for the Braun Breaker, which is putting his title on the line, the IC title, and he would go against Penta, Finn, and Dominic. Me, Dad, Wally all picked Penta. Michael picked Braun.
Yeah, I went with my heart because I really want to see Penta with some gold around his waist. Yeah, man.
I don't really care if it's the tag team or if it's some other title.
Well, if WWE knows what they're doing, if Triple H knows what they're doing, eventually they're gonna get Ray and Penta on the same brand, and they're gonna put those two together, and they're 100% going to get a tag team title run.
Yeah.
So, but overall, a great match for Fatal 4-Way for the IC title, man. There was, man, this is one of the top matches of the night, in my opinion. I thought this was a great match.
Carlito needs to stay out the way from Braun Breaker.
Who?
Carlito. He got speared on one announcement table to the other. He needs to stay out the way from Braun Breaker.
They brought Carlito back to life just so Braun Breaker could kill him again.
He was on one, Braun Breaker was on the other. Carlito did not move to the next match.
Yeah, Carlito was down and out. He was done.
They need to keep away from him.
In a shocking, and I say shocking turn of events, because I don't think anybody would have ever thought about this in a million years. But Dominic Mysterio is your current reigning Intercontinental Championship, man. Which was cool because I think it said that Ray and Dom are the first father-son duo to ever win the IC title at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I'm a part of me wants to be mad, but there's a part of me that's excited for Dom. But definitely a good match. It was a great match at the end of the day. It was a great match.
You know, even made Dominic winning better. He pinned Finn.
Yeah, he hit Finn with he did a frog splash onto Finn and Braun, and then rolled Finn up. Yeah. I thought there was.
Then the next night, Penta and Dominic Mysterio had a match for that championship, and JD returned.
Yeah, JD McGunness returned and interfered and helped Dom retain his title.
Speaking of that, JD and Finn have never won against the War Raiders because last Monday, it was the number 1 contenders match for the tag team championship, And it was the War Raiders versus the Judgment Day, which was JD and Finn.
Mm-hmm.
They've never won against them, but the only reason why they've never won against them is because somebody's interfered.
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm wondering. I'm curious to know if Dominic's going to stay in the Judgment Day or if Finn is, because the conspiracy theories are out there. Monday night on Raw, this past Monday night, Liv's outfit that she had on had all the members' names of Judgment Day, and Dom wasn't on there. So everybody's got their conspiracy flags up about what's going on with Dom, what's going on with Liv.
Liv is out right now filming a movie.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is. A big Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
She said. I was curious what that is.
Mm-hmm.
But the 404 match was really good.
Yeah.
Like I said, PT.2 just needs to stay out the way from Braun Breaker when he's about to spear.
Yeah, Carlito just needs to stay away from the ring, period, when Braun's around. So, but definitely a good match.
Just stay out of the. Don't even stay 100 feet away from him.
Mm-hmm. And the cool thing about it with this new Paul Heyman thing we were talking about,
yeah,
it takes Braun, for the most part right now, it takes him out of the IC, the title picture. So you're able to expand stories with other wrestlers away from Braun Breaker. So you don't have to keep recycling the Braun Breaker thing. But
now,
what you got? Yep, what you got next?
We're gonna go to Randy Orton and his mystery opponent, and his mystery opponent was
so Randy Orton was supposed to fight KO at WrestleMania. And
KO is injured, apparently.
Yeah, KO has a neck injury. He had to have surgery and stuff like that. But Randy Orton basically said, I'm not missing WrestleMania. It's 20 years. It's my 20th, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I'm not missing it. So I'm going to open the door. And he borrowed, I talked to Randy. We're good. We settled it. He borrowed my gimmick, the open door challenge.
Yeah.
He was afraid. He was afraid of the. He was afraid of the GKO. The real most dangerous 3 letters in WWE. The GKO. He knew what was up. No, so he issued an open door challenge and said any wrestler in the background, in the back, that wants to come out and have a WrestleMania match is welcomed.
That man himself was.
And his opponent, which was a huge probably one of the biggest pops of WrestleMania, was none other than.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. 'Cause you love him.
Yeah, Joe Hendry, baby.
Come out.
Joe Hendry came out. The coolest thing about it, well, obviously there was a huge fucking pop for Joe Hendry.
Big. I feel like that's one of the biggest pops.
Yeah.
And I called it.
And Kash did call it. Kash did call it. He when
we were doing our picks, I said it's gonna be Joe Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Or I said I think it might be Joe Henry. I said something like that.
Yeah, he did call it, but Joe Hendry came out. But the cool thing about it, man, for the first time in WWE history, a world champion from another company was seen at WrestleMania and wearing, because Joe Hendry is the current reigning world heavyweight champion in TNA, and he came out with his belt.
Yeah.
However, as great as it was to see Joe Hendry, and Kash and I are both fans of Joe Hendry, he did fall victim to an RKO.
And
out of nowhere.
Randy Orton even did the Joe Henry thing.
Yeah.
He turns back to the camera and did it. And did it little. Huge.
Yep. And then that was cool. That RKO, man, we talked about it before that they can come out of fucking nowhere. And Joe Hendry was doing pretty well against the Legend Killer, man. He was having a good match, and he took a second too long to pose and smile for the camera, and bam! 1, 2, 3, and then Randy was cool and shook his head and raised his arms just to hit him with another RKO at the end of the match. But it was cool. You know, I was happy to see Joe Hendry show up. It's only a matter of time before Joe becomes a full-time WWE guy. He's been in NXT. He's been bouncing around with that partnership with TNA, which is amazing. I love that. They're not trying to take over TNA. TNA still doing their thing, but they share wrestlers off of the NXT and TNA rosters, and I think that's really cool because there's a lot of talent there on both sides of the fence, and to be able to share them and highlight them on both shows.
One of the options for that match before coming out was Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, that'd have been cool too, Jeff Hardy. But yeah, Randy Orton did win that. We all picked Randy Orton to win.
Yeah.
So
even Michael.
even Michael. So
we just got 2 matches left. Let's go. We're gonna go to the triple threat. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Io Sky with the title on the line, going against them too.
James says the New Day heel turn is way better than Cena's heel turn. I agree.
Yeah, way better.
Way better. Yeah, the triple threat for the Women's World Championship. Io, Bianca, Rhea. What do you think of the match?
It was really good. They all 3 of them women are put on a show.
Agreed. Definitely a good match.
Rhea coming out with an inspired of the Laughing Batman. Her outfit was inspired by the Laughing Batman.
Yeah, the Laughing Batter. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was pretty cool. I liked it. I'm a little disappointed that Io won and she's still the women's champion. I'm so over. I've said it a million times and I'll say it a million more. I'm just over Io. I don't understand why she
gets everything.
Yeah, like I don't understand, but
she's like the next Charlotte Flair.
All in all, good match, entertainment match. I figured it was good. I mean, like I said, Io's fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. Bianca's obviously incredibly talented, and Rhea is as well. So, you know, you put 3 women into a match that you knew they were gonna put on a show, and they did. But unfortunately, we all picked Rhea. Well, all of us except Wally. Wally picked Io in that match.
I blame Michael.
Yeah. And then what do we got in last? We got one more match?
Yeah. Damian versus McIntyre and a Sin City street fight. This was amazing.
Was this your favorite match of the night? Because you saved it for last.
Yeah, it was really good.
No, it really was. They
when McIntyre's in any like fight that involves weapons, like they could just beat each other for as long as they want. He's always putting it on.
Mm-hmm. No, it was definitely. I agree with you. Probably would probably put that into a close second with the Fatal 4-Way match as the match of the night, or a close tie. Priest and McIntyre they tore the roof off that fucking place, man. Damn near literally tore the roof off that place. Me,
you, Wally, and Michael all picked Damian.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody picked McIntyre. But McIntyre did come out on top with a Claymore. But because Damian was like in the turnbuckles, with a steel chair right into his face, got the Claymore and a 1, 2, 3 for the victory.
1, 2, 3 for the victory.
Oh no, those pictures. When they were like all around the world, you could. Do you know how the crowd counts?
Mm-hmm.
You could hear all their different languages counting.
Oh yeah.
Because when they were like in, I can't remember where they were, but you could hear like their count.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember. I think it was like uno, dos, tres. Like that one. I don't know. I can't remember. But that was night 2.
What do you give? What do you give night 2?
I'll give it 8 out of 10.
Night 2 was a little, like I said, we said it from jump. Night 2 was a little, for me. I'll give it a 7. It did have a couple matches that kind of saved the show. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for night 2 because it was just a little. I don't know, man. That main event just really left gross taste in my mouth. But for night 2, our picks went. Wally and Kash were 2 and 5, and Michael had a much better night on night 2. Him and I both went 3 and 4, which means our totals for WrestleMania on our picks were Wally and Kash tied, or I'm sorry, Mike went 4 and 10 for a last place finish. Wally and Kash were tied at 6 and 8, and for WrestleMania weekend, your boy went 2 and 2. And I was 7 and 7 on my picks. A lot worse than last year because last year I nailed WrestleMania.
Before we get to Backlash, the Friday and Monday after WrestleMania, we got 2 returns. One on Monday, one on Friday. Monday we got Rusev.
Yeah, that was a surprise because that was one that they kept a pretty good secret on. That Rusev came back out of nowhere, the Bulgarian Brute.
Yeah. And on Friday night, Aleister Black returns, giving the Miz a little kick, whatever he calls that thing.
Black Mass.
The Black Mass.
Yeah, he damn near kicked the Miz's head off, and then Rusev destroyed Otis on Monday night. So yeah, we got a couple big returns at WrestleMania weekend. The weekend, what was it, Friday before WrestleMania? Ray made his debut. Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, the first 2. No, I think it was like the 2 weeks before.
Was it 2 weeks before?
Yeah, because I know that he had like.
But
Yeah, it was the week before WrestleMania because he made his debut. Then he was in the Andre Memorial Royal Rumble. Then it was WrestleMania. So ever since he's came back, ever since he's made his debut, he's had matches. Because he when he came, he faced Ethan. Then he was in the Memorial.
Yeah, because he debuted the Friday before WrestleMania because wasn't the Andre the Giant.
He was before it.
Either way.
But he's had matches every night since he's debuted. But now we're moving on to Backlash, the aftermath of WrestleMania.
Yeah, because that Monday right after WrestleMania, John Cena was on Raw, and the Viper showed up and RKO'd the hell out of him.
Knocked his.
So we've got 4 matches on the card for Backlash right now. I'm sure that between Monday and next Friday they might add a couple more. Rusev Day, happy Rusev Day.
Which we will probably when they introduce any more on Monday.
If they introduce, we'll add to the card as we need to.
And we'll do our pick.
Well, we're gonna do. The first 4 matches that are up there, we'll go ahead and do our picks for right now for Backlash and kind of talk about, I guess we could kind of talk a little bit about what's led up to the matches. So where do you want to start at?
This should be the main event. Pat McAfee versus Gunther. The only reason why
Pat McAfee, man, let's go.
making his return in the ring.
Yeah, McAfee's making his return to the ring.
The only reason why this match is here because Gunther tried to attack Michael Cole for saying stuff about Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Pat McAfee stood up to him and got a sleeper.
He got choked the fuck out.
Which, I don't get. Why do they have more people try to hold back Pat McAfee's people than actually try to split it up?
Yeah, that's my thing. And it's like, I mean, Gunther got mad because Pat McAfee and Michael Cole were doing their job, and he didn't like what he said, and he came out and he put his hands on Michael Cole, which in McAfee's world, that's a no-no. You don't touch my people, man. And Michael Cole and Pat McAfee are tight. They're tight, man. They're thick as thieves. Like those two are boys. And shout out to Pat for sticking up for Michael Cole and putting his hands on Gunther. And I'm excited because I enjoyed when Pat was wrestling, when he was in the ring. He's surprisingly a very talented guy in the ring. He does very well. I don't think that there's anything that this man could do wrong at this point, Pat McAfee. So I'm excited to see this match. However,
this is gonna probably this pick I'm about to say is probably gonna cost me the soul sink. I'm going with Pat McAfee.
You're going with Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that wants to go with Pat McAfee as well. But unfortunately, I think it's gonna, and we're doing picks for bragging rights. So I'm gonna say Gunther. But I won't be mad if I'm wrong. I hope it's Pat McAfee. In my heart, I'm gonna be cheering on Pat because but I think it's gonna be Gunther. However, Pat's gonna definitely get his hands on him.
Now we're gonna go to the Love Valkyria for if we're holding her women's IC title. She'll be defending it against Becky Lynch. So, and as what was I gonna say?
The returning Becky Lynch.
Yeah. She helped out and she attacked out. She attacked. And she's told us the Monday night after WrestleMania, she's the one that attacked Bayley.
Yeah, she admitted to being the one that took Bayley out and attacked her before WrestleMania. And then she came out and beat the hell out of Lyra. And now they got a women's Intercontinental Championship match at Backlash next weekend. I'm going with Becky.
So
the man, Becky Lynch. No way she comes back and doesn't
win.
Doesn't get a
title shot.
A title run.
Like she deserves it. Even though she's a heel, she still deserves it.
Yeah. So we're both, as of right now, we're both going for Becky in that match. We'll get Wally's picks. Where are we going next?
We're going to the Fatal 4-Way match for the United States champion as Jacob Fatu as your champion right now, going against Knight, Damien, and Drew.
And this has been an interesting turn of events since WrestleMania, because obviously LA Knight and Jacob Fatu had their match at WrestleMania. Jacob won. Drew and Priest had a match at WrestleMania. Drew won. LA Knight rightfully comes out the Friday after WrestleMania, says he wants his rematch. Drew comes out, says, get to the back of the line, blah, blah, blah. I beat Priest. I'm the guy. Then they have a number one contenders match.
Priest comes out.
Well, Solo Sikoa comes out.
Then Priest comes out.
Spikes LA Knight. And rolls him back in the ring. And then Priest comes out and interferes and attacks McIntyre. which the referee seen that, and then it cost LA Knight the match.
Then they and Priest started yelling at each other. Then Jacob.2 came out and destroyed LA Knight and Damien.
Yeah, they had a match last night. Was Priest and Knight, and Jacob.2 got involved. But then
did.
It was a Solo, and then somehow, Subway, Solo Sikoa stuck his big fat nose in, and it was going to be a triple threat match at Backlash between Knight, Damien, and Fatu. And Solo was like, "Well, actually, Drew won that match, so technically he's the number one contender." And Aldis then turned it into a fatal four-way.
I'm going with Fatu.
Kash is going with Fatu. See, there's a part of me that wants to go with Priest, but I don't know. I'm really torn in this because I'm going to be a little bit upset if Jacob's run is very short, but I'm also going to be mad if they do something dumb like I want to see Knight get put into the WWE Championship match. I want to see him not into the match but I want to see him in a title run or in a storyline where he gets a shot at the WWE title, the undisputed. What is it? The undisputed world championship, as they're calling it.
I could see him holding that.
So, but
just not him winning it again.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I'm saying.
I think I'm gonna go with you, Kash. I think I'm gonna stick with Fatu in this match. I think he'll win it. I think it's gonna be a really good match.
Now we're going to the main event. John Cena as your undisputed champion right now will be going against Randy Orton. And John Cena just won against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, and he will be defending it at Backlash against Randy Orton. And this might be one of their last matches.
No, I think it's definitely probably going to be the last time Randy Orton and John Cena, because John Cena's retiring.
Unless we see this feud keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Which I really hope they do. Because these two had a feud back in the day.
If they kept it going, I'd like to see it go for one more pay-per-view, because there's still other people that like I want to see John Cena and CM Punk have another feud. I'd like to see some of these young guys get a crack. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go Cena in this matchup. I don't think he drops the title.
I'm going with Randy, even though I'm going with Randy, which is going to probably cost me this again.
Yeah, I want to see Randy win. I would love to see Randy get his 15th title reign, but
me picking Pat and Orton is probably going to cost me the whole pay-per-view.
Yeah, well, just be better. That's why I'm the champion. You're not. That's why I've got all the titles.
Yeah, only 3. I got 4. I got 5.
One of them's mine.
Yeah.
I was the last real champion. Like John Cena.
You know what you want? You're going to be the first in line for this job.
Oh, yeah. You got anything else that you want to add for today? I know we went a little longer than normal. We had to restart Wally.
I don't really got anything else.
I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got nothing else either. I'm tapped out.
All right, let's go ahead and end it.
You gotta.
I'm gonna say it. Thanks for watching Cash's Corner Wrestling Talk. We'll be back in 2 weeks. And oh no. Yeah, do you say that?
As he said, thanks for watching Cash's Corner. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We got a recap of Backlash when we come back. Not only that, but we will also be talking about what has happened on Raw and SmackDown since, like we always do. Appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all listening. Make sure you tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Nonsensical Nonsense. Open Door Challenge is back. You know what we do, how we do on Saturday nights. I may be back. I may not be back. I don't know what's going on just yet. We'll figure it out. I don't know. I was put on vacation this week, so
You should maybe just pop in for a little bit.
yeah, I
Like
don't.
in the beginning, maybe like take a little, hop in a little bit, then.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Definitely need a night with the guys hanging out, having a good time. But nonetheless, Blaze will be here. I'm sure Wally will be here. And who knows who else will pop up and hang out tonight. Tomorrow, Rick and myself, and hopefully Derek will be back in the building talking all things sports on Unnecessary Roughness. Then, of course, Wally is back Mondays with Speedway Stories. I'm back Tuesday with Glick's House of Music. Who do I have this week coming up? Monday, Tuesday. We're gonna change it up a little bit this Tuesday. I have actor director Jake Young hanging out with us. You guys might be familiar with him from a couple weeks ago when we watched Daylight to Dark live here on the network. And we had him and Roland and a couple of the cast members from the movie hang out with us as well. So Jake and I will be hanging out this Tuesday on Glick's House of Music. Don't know what's going on Wednesday yet. Maybe What the Fuck News. Maybe something different. Maybe I don't know. We'll figure it out. Thursday, Wally's back with Cold-Blooded Conversations. All things reptiles and what's going on in the reptile community. And then Friday, Michael and Blaze are back with Nonsense and Chill. And we started all over again. So check us out. Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Shows are live Monday through Sunday on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Chatter's Box is always open. You guys are always welcome to jump into Chatter's Box and hang out with us. And don't forget, you guys can listen anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts at. And if you're checking us out on a replay, make sure you drop a like on us and give us a little comment. It helps us out in the algorithm, and it's a free way for you guys to support what we do if you like what we do when we do how we do. Anyways, find us everywhere, bio.link/nonsensical network. All them links are there. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Give us a share if you'd be so kind. Like he just said, goodbye. Be good or be good at it, baby.
Nonsensical network, different flavor every day. Movie talks, new flicks hitting the display. Microphone magic, musicians spill the praise. From reptiles to motorsports, burning rubber craze. Football clashes, touchdowns, epic plays. News spinning, catching on the latest phase. Gleaming cars, engines roaring up the pace. Street tales, urban stories we embrace. Tune in, every week diverse. Groove to the beats, let the rhythm immerse. Lyrics flowing, ciphers full of verse. Nonsensical network, feel the universe. Interviews buzzing, stars in the circuit. Worlds of tapestry, pieces we interpret. Hip-hop to rap, the flow never stagnant. Reptilian tales, nature's arrangement. Cars with muscle, engines with might. Motorsports roaring, speed in the night. Discussions heated, always a delight. Network of nonsense, but the vibe's just right. Tune in, wait for that beat. Flow so seamless, feeling so sweet. Urban grooves, rhythm from the street. Nonsensical network, always on repeat.